Why playing it safe in life is risky. Hello, my name is Payam. I help socially awkward men connect with more people and find a meaningful relationship. And while most of my advice is around confidence, communication, dating, and relationships, this specific video can apply to that world and also to the world of career development or business or whatever venture project you have in the back of your mind, okay? So I'm gonna break this video down into 3 specific parts, and every one of these principles can actually be a video on its own, because something that I learned recently is, well, not that I learned it recently, but someone said it in a way that really resonated with me, and that is this. This is principle number 1. Choose your hard. Choose your hard. In other words, let's use a career example first, and then I'll go to a relationship example. You can work 9 to 5, you can find a good stable job, you can do all that stuff, and that's great. But if you have big dreams and you don't chase those dreams, that's going to bother you eventually. And yes, that other path, let's call that path B, that's also hard. Being an entrepreneur is hard. Starting something new is hard. In other words, working 9 to 5 has its own problems, its own difficulties, its own challenges. Starting your own thing, that has its own difficulties, its own challenges, right? Both are hard. Point being, there's not really an easy path when you think about it. Sure, you can stay in your comfort zone, work at the same job 10 years, so on and so forth, but that's also hard. Having the same autopilot routine is hard. Working with the same people year after year is hard. You see what I'm saying? So let's actually get out of the career, entrepreneurship, project, all that stuff world, and let's go into the relationship world. You could stay in the same relationship. You can stay stagnant. That's hard, especially if you're unhappy. Starting something new with someone else is hard because you're leaving behind somebody, right? So you're starting fresh, you're starting a new chapter. That's also hard. If you're single and you want to go approach a woman, but you're scared, you're insecure, you have a lot of anxiety, I know approaching is hard. Not approaching is also hard, because what's going to happen? You're going to go home, you're going to ask yourself, what if, what if, what if? That's hard. Again, principle number 1, choose your hard. Everything can be perceived as hard, right? So again, I'm trying to give you a couple examples here of the career and the relationship path, or depending on what your current goals are. But at the end of the day, you and I both know there's no real solid, easy, chill, carefree, no hassle path in life. So you want to be intentional with your relationships and your career, right? We're talking about 2 major pillars, the relationship pillar of life and the wealth pillar of life. Choose your hard. That's principle number 1. Principle number 2 on why playing it safe is risky, and that is this: regret often hurts a lot more than trying something new. The last thing you want to deal with in life is being on your deathbed and wondering, what if? What if I would have continued that relationship, started that relationship? What if I would have tried this project, started this business, so on and so forth? While it may seem comfortable, easy, chill to not try new things, to stay in your comfort zone, the price of regret is often much, much higher. And people don't realize this until much later. Actually, do I have it? I just bought this book. It's called The 5 Regrets of the Dying. I'm going to do a book review on this pretty soon here because it's fucking solid. This was actually originally a long blog article, but the woman that wrote this book, Bronnie Ware, I think I'm pronouncing her name correctly, Bronnie Ware, she got a lot of positive feedback, so she wrote this book, The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. You know what one of the common patterns so far? I'm probably about 1/5 of the way through this book. So far, regret. That word keeps coming up over over and over. I mean, it's in the fucking title, the top 5 regrets of the dying. Point being, while it's easy to stay in your comfort zone and not try new things, you will regret it. That's why I'm so big on mitigating regret. Try things out. A lot of times we have to distinguish between something that's scary, like talking to a new woman, starting a business, scary, versus dangerous. There's a difference. What I'm talking about is just scary, but it's not dangerous. It's not going to end your life. And you have to make that distinction. This is actually a very key point here is when you're determining whatever it is you're trying to do, whatever it is you're trying to unlock in yourself, and you're hesitating because you're afraid, just make sure you're scared and it's not a dangerous activity. If it's a dangerous activity, then yeah, rethink it, pause. The last thing you should do is jeopardize your health and safety and so on and so forth. A lot of this is just common sense. But if something's scary, you should still try it, okay? And this leads me to principle number 3. Everything you want in life is on the other side of discomfort. Everything you want to become, everything you want to try, any skill you want to learn, you first have to fucking suck at it before you can become good at it, right? It's just, I mean, I know this is a very trite analogy, but it's just like riding a bike. You got to fall a gazillion times before you can ride it steadily, right? Same principle here. The last thing you want to deal with is what if? I say this all the time. So while it's easy to think, oh, I'm going to stay in my comfort zone, this. No, man, I'm telling you right now, that is a big mistake. I mean, there's books being written on this, okay? So what you're going to want to do is make sure that you become self-aware about where you are, right? Because we can't become better at anything until we become self-aware about our strengths and our weaknesses. It's super, super key to know what you're good at and what you're not good at. Actually, I recommend this. I should probably make a separate video on what I'm about to say, but I highly recommend this if you're somebody that feels like there's another part of you that you haven't reached it. In other words, there's potential locked inside of you that you have not yet unlocked. And you want to find out what are the smallest things you can do to improve your life? In other words, how are you being perceived by your friends, your family members, your coworkers, whatever? And this is what I recommend to instantly get feedback in a non-cheesy way. And this is what you do. You text. Let's say however many friends you have, however many people you're comfortable reaching out to. Let's say it's 5, okay? 3, 5, 10, whatever, it doesn't matter. And you ask them, hey, John, hey, Sarah, whatever. I'm working on a new project, and I want to know what are the first 5 words that come up in your mind when you think of me? What are the first 5 words that come up in your mind when you think of me? Again, you're texting your friends this, okay? And you just want it raw. You want them to send you 5 words. Let's say it's positive, funny, impatient, right? You want negative ones too. You don't want to influence them to only say positive things. So you should also probably mention that in your text, like, hey, just tell me the first 5, good, bad, whatever. I want to get your feedback. And what you're going to see is you're going to start getting patterns from your friends, from your coworkers, from your peers. And that's going to help you determine exactly what you can do right now to improve, because you're being perceived in this way. You're going to recognize instantly what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. That's why it's so key to consistently get feedback from friends, feedback from people, because you never really quite know how you are being perceived until you ask others, right? You may think you're being perceived a different way, but there's 2 sides to every story, okay? Again, principle number 3. Everything you want is on the other side of discomfort. And maybe for you, this first step for getting to that other side is asking other friends, other people, hey, I'd love to get your feedback. What are the first 5 words that come to mind when you think of me? Don't hold back. Keep it raw. Keep it real. That's it. Just send that. That's actually going to help you just Get off the starting line, right? Get started. Because when you hear some positive things, that's going to give you a boost of confidence. But then you're also going to hear some things where you're like, okay, man, maybe, like for example, me, I can be a little impatient at times. So I got impatient from one of my friends. And initially, I did this exercise like 5 years ago. Initially, when I got that, I was like, damn, am I really impatient? But I know that I'm a little bit impatient at times with certain activities. So it was good for me and it was refreshing to hear that from a friend because I'm like, all right, cool. They're being real with me. The last thing you want are fucking fake friends, fake people telling you, oh yeah, you're just sensational. No, man, everybody can improve. Everybody can work on some of their weaknesses. Again, it's all about unlocking your full potential. So this is why playing it safe is risky. Again, let's go over the 3 principles. Number 1, choose your hard. Everything in life can be hard at some point. Think through, what path do I want to go on that gives me the ultimate outcome in life that I want? Number 2, the cost, the price, the pain of regret is often much, much, much worse than the fear of trying something new, whether that's in the relationship pillar or the wealth pillar, like I said, business, career, whatever you want to talk about. And then number 3, everything you want is on the other side of discomfort. That includes getting feedback from people that you know. That's how you improve. You have to seek feedback actively. That's just one exercise that you can do. I have a gazillion of these things. But for you, if you're new, if you're hesitant, start with that. Maybe just ask a few family members or cousins or friends of friends. Start with something so you start seeing patterns, because we cannot improve till we are self-aware and until we start seeing patterns. Then we have enough data to go off of, right? So that is this video. Why playing it safe is risky. If you like this style of advice, you've never watched one of my videos before, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. If this aligns with how you think, or you have a different way of thinking, please do me a favor. Comment below, let me know. I want to hear your point of view. I'm open to feedback as well, obviously, if I'm saying that, and I'm open to other points of view. So do me a favor, comment below, let me know if you like this video, if you want me to go deeper in any of these topics. And yes, I will see you guys in the new video. Also, by the way, if you have another topic of something that you're struggling with from a social, confidence, or communication perspective, either 3 of these, do me a favor, comment, let me know, because then I can make a piece of content for you that'll help you out. And if you're having this problem of whatever the fuck it is, I'm sure a gazillion other people are having this problem too. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys soon. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.